What if the person who should love you most sees you as nothing more than a servant? I've asked myself that question every day for years, scrubbing floors, washing dishes, and folding laundry while my brothers lounged on the couch, their laughter echoing through our small house. My name is Ellie, and at 22, I'm the eldest of 3 siblings, trapped in a role I never chose. My mother, Diane, made it clear from the start. My brothers, Jake and Ethan, were her pride, her golden boys, while I was the invisible cog keeping the household running. But when she pushed me too far, demanding the unthinkable, I found a way to turn her world upside down and show her what it means to be truly seen. Growing up, I didn't notice the unfairness at first. Kids don't question love, they just crave it. Mom would beam at Jake's mediocre soccer games, cheering like he was a star, and slip Ethan extra cash for video games he didn't need. Me? I got a pat on the head if the kitchen sparkled. By 16, I was cooking dinners, cleaning bathrooms, and doing everyone's laundry while Mom reminded me, "It's your job to keep this family together, Ellie." Jake, 2 years younger, and Ethan, 4, never lifted a finger. They'd sprawl across the living room, controllers in hand, while I mopped around them. If I complained, Mom's eyes would narrow. "Don't be selfish," she'd snap. "You're the girl. This is what you're good for." I swallowed the hurt, thinking it was normal. I loved my brothers, even if they didn't see me. Jake, with his cocky grin, would sometimes toss me a "thanks, El" when I ironed his favorite shirt. Ethan, quieter, would sneak me a shy smile when I packed his lunch. Those scraps of gratitude kept me going like crumbs for a starving bird. But the weight of it all, school, chores, and Mom's endless demands started to crush me. I'd lie awake at night, dreaming of escape, of college, of a life where I wasn't just the help. But Mom had other plans. One evening, as I scrubbed burnt rice from a pot, Mom stormed into the kitchen, her face flushed from wine. "Ellie, we need to talk." Her tone was sharp, like I'd already done something wrong. I braced myself, expecting another lecture about a streak on the floor. Instead, she dropped a bombshell. "Jake's going to college next year, and we need money. You're dropping out of community college and getting a full-time job to help pay for it." My heart stopped. I've been scraping by, studying late after chores, clinging to my dream of becoming a teacher. "But Mom," I stammered, "I'm so close to finishing my degree." She waved me off. "Jake's got potential. You're practical. You'll manage." I stood there, sponge dripping in my hand, as rage and heartbreak collided. Practical? I was a person, not a tool. For years, I let her mold me into this role, but this was too much. Drop out. Sacrifice my future for Jake, who barely passed high school. I wanted to scream, but the words caught in my throat. Instead, I nodded, my mind racing. That night, I didn't sleep. I planned. The next morning, I met Mrs. Carter, our neighbor, who'd always been kind to me. She was a retired librarian, sharp as a tack, with a knack for seeing through people. I'd helped her with groceries sometimes, and we'd talk about books, life, anything but my family. That day, I poured out everything Mom's favoritism, the chores, the college demand. Mrs. Carter listened, her eyes narrowing. "Ellie," she said, "you're not a maid. You're a young woman with a future. Let me help you." I didn't know what she meant, but her confidence sparked something in me. A twist of fate I hadn't expected. Mrs. Carter had connections. She'd once worked with a local women's shelter that offered scholarships for young women in tough situations. She made calls, wrote letters, and within weeks, I had an interview. I didn't tell Mom. I kept scrubbing, cooking, smiling, while secretly meeting with the shelter's coordinator. They saw my grades, my work ethic, and offered me a partial scholarship to finish my degree, plus a part-time job at their office. It wasn't much, but it was freedom. I started saving every penny, hiding it in a tin under my bed. Mom didn't notice. She was too busy buying Jake new sneakers. Months passed, and I played my part perfectly. Jake got into a decent college, and Mom was giddy, planning his future like he was destined for greatness. Ethan, quieter, started to notice something was off. One night, as I folded his laundry, he whispered, "Why do you let her treat you like this, Elle?" I froze. He was 16 now, old enough to see the cracks. I didn't answer, but his words stuck with me. Maybe I wasn't as invisible as I thought. Then came the final straw. One Saturday, Mom called a family meeting. I expected another lecture about Jake's tuition, but this time she went further. "Ellie," she said, her voice syrupy sweet, "we're selling the house to fund Jake's education. You'll move into the garage apartment so we can rent out your room." My jaw dropped. The garage apartment was a glorified shed-leaky roof, no heat, barely livable. I'd be pushed out of my own home, reduced to nothing. Jake smirked, Ethan looked away, and Mom waited for my usual compliance. But something snapped. "No," I said, my voice steady. Mom blinked, shocked. "What did you say?" "Taller. I'm not moving to the garage. I'm not dropping out. And I'm done being your maid." The room went silent. Jake laughed nervously, but Ethan's eyes widened, almost proud. Mom's face turned red. "You ungrateful little," she started, but I cut her off. "I've been accepted to a scholarship program. I'm finishing my degree, and I'm moving out next month." The truth poured out. I told her about the shelter, the job, the plan I'd built without her. I told her how it felt to be invisible, to carry the family while she worshipped her sons. Ethan stared, tears in his eyes, and I realized he'd been carrying guilt too. Mom sputtered, then tried guilt. "After everything I've done for you?" she cried. I laughed, bitter. "You've done nothing but use me. And now you'll see what it's like without me." I moved out 3 weeks later into a small apartment near the shelter. Mrs. Carter helped me pack, her smile fierce. Ethan showed up at my new place a week later, shy and apologetic. "I didn't know how bad it was," he said. "I want to help you, Elle." He started visiting, helping with small chores, even studying with me. Jake, predictably, didn't care. Mom, though, unraveled. Without me, the house fell apart. Dishes piled up, laundry went undone, and Jake's college fund dwindled because Mom couldn't manage without my labor. She called, begging me to come back, promising change. But I'd tasted freedom. I wasn't going back. A year later, I'm halfway through my degree, teaching kids at a community center and living for myself. Ethan and I are closer than ever. He's even talking about college himself. Mom? She's learning to clean her own house, and Jake's working part-time to cover his tuition. Karma doesn't always shout at whispers, steady and sure. I used to think love meant sacrifice, but I've learned it means seeing yourself clearly too. And for the first time, I do.